Hello, everyone. I do believe we are now broadcasting. Welcome everyone to Santa Monica College. Christina and I are so excited to be here today to welcome our incredibly wonderful, amazing new students to Santa Monica College and to speak with you a little bit today about the upcoming Student Equity Center on our campus. We'll take a few minutes to introduce ourselves and then we'll let you all know kind of what's been in the works and what the exciting things are happening here at SMC in terms of student equity. So Christina, I'll let you take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina Fuller, and I am one of the committee members for the Student Equity Center. And I'm also the specialist for the Guardian Scholars Program, which serves our current and former foster youth, as well as the DREAM program, which serves our undocumented students. And I just want to welcome you all to this presentation. And just as a quick note, this presentation is being recorded, so you can feel free to stop back and relook at this.
And hello, everyone again. My name is Lena Ladizhinskaya. I'm currently the Director of Student Judicial Affairs here at Santa Monica College, so I oversee conduct on campus, but I am one of the chairs of the Student Equity Center Committee. We've been overseeing some of that work for a number of years, and I'm very excited to be here today to speak with you all and answer any questions and get some feedback from our incoming students so they can kind of let us know what they're looking for out of a student equity center, so we can kind of start the dialogue together. So with that, I'd also like to say that some of my salient identities include being an immigrant to this country. I'm also a mama of 2 boys. And I also was a student here once upon a time at Santa Monica College and was able to transfer to get my undergraduate degree and my graduate degree, and I'm currently finishing up a doctoral program. So it's my home like no other, and I'm so excited to welcome you to share this journey. And if you have any questions ever, you can feel free to contact myself or Christina, and we'd be happy to connect you with anything that we know of on our campus. So with that, Christina, shall we get started?
Yes, and I just wanted to add, if you have any questions or comments or thoughts regarding the Student Equity Center, please feel free to use the discussion tab so that you can participate in the discussion.
Great. So we wanted to give you a little bit of a timeline about the development and the history of the Student Equity Center on our campus. The conception for the center started a number of years ago, as you can see, in 2016, where we had different groups on campus working. We had a gender equity work group working, and then a separate group about racial justice and working as well. And these 2 groups on social justice and gender equity were working simultaneously, addressing some of the same topics and issues that that we'd seen arise on our campus. And kind of in recognizing that we all need to work together and not as kind of separate groups, the college really put out some plans to say that we want to establish a center on our campus. We want to have it be a hub for our students. So it was put in what's called our master plan objective to create one of these centers on our campus. And in 2017, our AS, as you'll get to know, our associated students, voted to allocate $500,000 to the construction and development of this center in the Caton Center, which is our student life center, and you'll get to know that as well. So following that vote, our president, Dr. Jeffrey, pulled together what she called the task force for gender equity and social justice. The task force brought all the groups that were working on this project together around one table to really think through what would we like on our campus, what would we like for our students, and represented on this task force, we had students and faculty members and administrators and our staff kind of all work together to really put into on paper what we envisioned and hoped for the college to create for our students. And then kind of we worked for about a year and a half on that task force to create these recommendations, and then we presented our recommendations to Dr. Jeffrey in the spring of 2018. And then opening day last year, so our welcome day last year, Dr. Jeffrey announced dedicating funds in order to start up the center, district funds to start up the center and hire some staff and some initial startup costs. So just kind of a brief history about where we've come from. Christina, next slide, please. So this is kind of, again, in words, some of the work of the task force. We convened in 2018. We had lots of different representation on our committee. We met for about a year and a half. We attended conferences. We brought in speakers and experts from other colleges that have rolled out centers like this. Consulted with campus leaders, with community leaders. We did some in-house research with our institutional research departments about what our students want and are seeking out of this space. And we made sure that we included our student voices throughout the entire project. And if you get involved in some of the work that we do here at SMC, there's so many opportunities for our wonderful students to join different committees and contribute to work that they feel really passionate about. And we really want to include all of your voices. So we made sure that was a salient part of the process. Yeah, thank you. So wanted to briefly take you through what the recommendations were. Let me just pull this up really quickly for me. There we go. So kind of as an overview, we presented our president, Dr. Jeffrey, with 10 recommendations. The first recommendation was to develop a center on our campus that has resources and services and activities and a place where students gather and create community and the assistance that they might need, or create advocacy campaigns or programs with the support. And just briefly, where we are in terms of these recommendations, we've identified a space. It's going into the Caton Center, and later on in the presentation, we'll show you some pictures of what that looks like. And we're currently in the process of cleaning out that entire space, renovating it, getting furniture. We really hope to get it set up by the time that we come back to campus. So when we see all of you on ground, hopefully safe and sound, we have that ready to go for you. So we're working really hard to make that happen. The other recommendation was to develop a college-wide culture that embraces diversity, equity, social justice, and we're working on a number of different initiatives that help create that kind of community. We have a No Hate on Our Campus campaign. We as well have different speakers that we brought in last semester. So we're really working hard with our campus constituents and lots of groups to make that recommendation happen. The other recommendation was to hire initial staff. So we've worked to identify some staff and resources that'll be in the center, so project managers and social workers. And so that goal, we're continuing to identify who's going to be helping and working in that space to support our students. The fourth recommendation was to seek grant funding. So we're actively looking for and seeking grants to support the work of the center. Creating MOUs, which stands for Memorandums of Understanding, with our community partners. So there's lots of resources and lots of folks doing amazing work within our community. So we hope to bring in some of those folks and resources to work out of the Student Equity Center and really support our students as well. We wanted to establish an advisory committee, which is recommendation number 6, and we have. So after the work of the task force, we have a large advisory committee that's continuing to oversee the implementation of the recommendations. And we also have subcommittees that are working on different pieces of the project that Christina will talk about in a few minutes as well. So if any of our incredible students on this call would like to join a subcommittee or the Student Equity Center committee to oversee the implementation of all of our recommendations, please, I'll put my email in the chat. Email me. Would love to hear your voices and thoughts and opinions. So recommendation number 7 was to develop online resources and a web page, which we have, and we did put in our chat box a link to our current website. Keep in mind it's a work in progress. The center is not physically open yet, and we're still working to update some of the websites. And we're actually partnering with our wonderful interaction design students. You all will learn that we have a bachelor's degree program here in interaction design, and we've partnered with our students to help us create this website. So what you see is not the final version. Our students will be working on that in the fall. So again, we really want to bring in student voices into the fold as we continue to roll out the center. And then recommendation number 8, that we wanted professional development activities, and we kind of did some of those things in the fall, in the spring, and it's just a continuous work in progress where we want to partner with our campus partners and our community partners to continue doing that. We're working to create marketing materials, is recommendation number 9. So if any of you out there are social media experts or really love to work in that space, we'd love to hear from you, because we really want to build a presence within the community, and an online presence and a social media presence. So welcome your thoughts on that as well. And then finally, we wanted to develop administrative outcomes, meaning are we achieving the goals that we've set out to achieve when we create a center in a space like this for our students. So just a very brief overview of kind of what the recommendations to the president were and where we are currently in rolling out those recommendations.
Okay, so according to the task force, the first recommendation, which included establishing a centralized complex, the complex will host 4 centers that provide programs that intersect with one another under the Student Equity Center umbrella. Each center will provide office space for community partners and providers to conduct services in a confidential space. Ultimately, the Student Equity Center will be a student-driven space where students may develop leadership skills and exercise those skills through civic engagement and student advocacy. So the 4 pillars of the Student Equity Center are the Gender Equity Center, the Pride and LGBTQ+ Center, the Undocumented Student Center, and the Racial Justice Center. So provided our images from other Pride centers to conceptualize our goals for the SMC Student Equity Center. Some activities that we look forward to hosting through the center include Safe Zone training, celebrating Pride Month annually with established presentations, Outfest, and a peer mentor program, just to name a few. Furthermore, trainings, workshops, and discussion groups will be an important part of the Student Center as well. So SMC currently has a DREAM program that provides counseling services to undocumented SMC students. However, the SEC will provide an actual space for students to get to know one another and build community. Some resources and opportunities that currently exist but will be further established as a part of the Student Equity Center includes undocumented student ally training, a lending library, which was actually a project that our student club Ideas had established, as well as social and cultural events. It is also important to note that the Dream Resource Center will be a place that embraces diversity in regards to the undocumented student narrative, as we serve students from Latin America, Asia, the Caribbean, Africa, and Europe. Similarly, the Gender Equity Center is a place in which women will be able to build community and be empowered. This space is not just for women, but is a space where men and others can learn and provide support as an ally. Some key features include a lactation program, guest speakers, women's leadership retreat, sexual harassment and assault resources and education, trauma yoga, self-defense courses, and anything that you guys come up with as partners with the center. The Racial Justice Center ultimately is a place in which community is built upon supporting and educating the needs and experiences of Black, Indigenous, and other people of color. Education, advocacy, empowerment, and more and the embracing of cultural and racial differences is a key component of the center. This will be a space where tough discussions can happen in a safe and supportive environment. Also provided on the screen are some additional activities that we hope to engage in. SMC has launched an anti-hate campaign called Not on Our Campus, in which faculty, staff, and students made the pledge to speak out against all forms of hate, bias, bigotry, discrimination, harassment, and bullying. Civic engagement and student activism is a core of all four centers. No matter how you identify, there is a space for you, possibly more than one space, where you can experience, where your experience is valued and where your voice is absolutely needed.
So we wanted to give you a sense of kind of what the space looks like now. Work in progress. Caton Center and the garden level. There's the Veterans Resource Center on half of the one side, and the Student Equity Center on the other half of the space. So this is kind of a few before shots. So when you get on campus, hopefully it'll be ready. So this is some of the spaces, some of the office spaces. Christina, if you can go to the next one. More of the unfinished spaces. So this used to be what we had, our KCRW, a radio station used to be here. So there's a lot of really cool sound booths and soundproof rooms. And it's a really cool, funky space that, as I mentioned, we're in the process of renovating. So everything's kind of been cleared out. And so we wanted to give you a sense of what it looks like now and what it could possibly look like in the next 6 months or so. Which is how the Veterans Resource Center was renovated. Christine, if you could do the next one. So this is kind of the after of the same space. So there's computer labs and kind of places to hang out. We'll have kind of couches and lounge areas. We'll have private meeting spaces. We'll be able to meet confidentially with folks. So just wanted to give you a sense of the before and afters and what we're shooting for. Mm-hmm. And I think there's one more shot, right? Yeah, so again, kind of gathering and meeting spaces and office spaces to give you a sense of the direction that we're going. And again, if you have input, thoughts, we'll be probably launching a student kind of competition for murals and drawings. So if you're into art, please let us know, and we'll kind of enter you into our mailing list. I did kind of earlier include the link if you want to get updates or want to sign up to join committees and have ideas. You can just fill out that form. So we wanted to give you a sense of what it looks like now, and if you have other ideas, we'd love to hear from you. So if you all have any questions, please feel free to pop them into that chat, and we'll scroll through and try and answer as many as we possibly can. So let's see. I didn't see a whole bunch of questions in there. But again, as I mentioned, there's our mailing list that you can join, and we did pop the URL if you scroll down into your comments and chat boxes. If you want to be added to our mailing list for updates when we have speakers come, when we have programming, or if you'd like to join one of our committees or have additional questions or would like to provide some of your insights, we would love to hear from you. Christina, was there anything else you wanted to add?
I think that's it. I'm going to stop sharing in the meantime. Let's see. All right. Let's see. I'll double check the discussion. There's some comments. Okay, so
I said, will any events be held online this semester? Great question. Yes, absolutely. We are currently in the process of planning some events that will be held online. So we're hoping to kind of start October-ish. working on a number of projects. In the spring, we had a wonderful presenter come and facilitate affinity groups for our campus. His name was Dr. Donald Grant, and we were going to have him back to create affinity groups within the Student Equity Center that students can lead themselves and kind of invite students to come and join in a virtual basis. We'll also have some trainings coming up. So yes, the answer is absolutely yes. So if you do want to kind of keep in touch with us and get updates about different events that are going to happen, just send us, fill out that link, and we'll email you things as they're coming up for sure. Great question. Thank you. Let's see.
And I just wanted to reiterate. Sorry, Lena.
Go ahead. No.
Reiterate. We did bring up the Dream Resource Center, but if you need assistance now, as an undocumented student or a part of a mixed family, we can currently help you. So I can drop the link to our website just in case you need more information.
Yep.
Go ahead, Lena.
Thank you. So I see a question, what would the center's hours of operation be? What an excellent question. We do not know yet. Since we are still virtual, remote, and we're still in the process of planning things, that's actually a great question. I'll put that on our agenda to talk about, because we want to make sure that the center is available for students in different hours. Some students take night classes and this, so we'll definitely be talking through that. So great question, but we don't have any set hours quite yet. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, that was Christina. Yep. Yeah, and as we mentioned, since we're not officially up and running yet, if there's anything that you all ever need, something that you're thinking about, something that's impacting you, please reach out. And we have so many resources on our campus and folks we can connect with to get you what you need. So through the Equity Center link, how do we sign up to be a part of Student Equity Center and committee? So there's not a way to sign up through the link to be part of the committee, but if you send us your information, if you click on the link and put in your website, I will also include my email address in the chat right now. So that's my email address if you would like to join a committee. Or the committee or a subcommittee, we would love to have you. Just shoot me an email and we'll connect and we'll take it from there. All right. Any other questions popping up for you all?
Lena, do you want me to put the Student Equity Center email in there as well?
Sure. So that's our email address. You can send us an email. You can send me an email. Fill out the link. There's so many different ways to reach us. We'd love to hear from you. And Christina kind of earlier in the very beginning of the chat put up, if you all have any ideas of what you want out of the space, we'd love to hear from you. So one of the things we're going to do in the fall is partnering once again with our institutional research department to do focus groups to gather more information from our students about what you want out of the center, because really this is your space. You get to tell us what you need from the space, and we will do everything in our power to help facilitate and help you along to fulfill your dreams. So if you have ideas, pop them into the chat. Would love to have them. I see a question: how do we look at recorded events? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean on the website? So we have on the Student Equity Center website, we have some events that were done, but most of them were not recorded. We found that kind of recording equity events kind of precludes people from feeling safe in their space to kind of share, because that event there'll be then be broadcast elsewhere. So I don't know if we have a whole lot of recordings right now on the
Unless
site.
you meant the rest of the VIP Welcome Day events, you should be able to access those recordings after they're completed.
Yeah. And I just saw a comment. I just came in. Is this a club? No, the Student Equity Center isn't a club. It's a space on campus, an equity center space on campus for students. And as Christina mentioned earlier, the center kind of houses, the umbrella center houses four specific centers underneath the umbrella: the Pride Center, Racial Justice Center, Dream Center, and the Gender Equity Center.
And you probably hear me typing loudly, but I know that not all of our presentations today are recorded, or they might not be recorded. So just keep that in mind. We are recording ours, so it should be able to pop up as soon as this presentation is over. So you can hear everything from the beginning.
So what do you all want out of this space? Is there any, if you could say, I would like this to be offered in the Student Equity Center, what would that thing be? Not all at once, y'all.
Or if you have any
Okay.
hopes for any one particular sub-center, if you have any deep thoughts regarding any of them for our consideration.
Thank you. Yes, a center that's welcoming and accepting, a space to be somewhere where folks can kind of feel authentically themselves, place to build and create community. We absolutely hope to create that at the center.
Yep.
Great. So again, if you all have any other thoughts, anything later with us, we're very accessible. Send us an email. Let us know what you're interested in. Let us know what you'd like. Let us know if there's ever anything we can connect you to. Like I said, Christina and I have a lot of experience at SMC. We love it. We're so excited to welcome you all to campus as soon as we're open, and can't wait to have that happen. I see another comment: what you'd like out of the center, learn about what others are struggling with and learn how we can help them. Absolutely. Thank you for that comment. You know, a big piece of what we would like to do is create spaces of learning, create spaces where folks can talk about their experiences, and also become allies and advocates. And what does that mean? And there's so many different kind of definitions popping up now, and ways that folks can help and get involved. And that's some of the things that we spent some time talking about in the spring as a community at Santa Monica College, and definitely a conversation we want to continue with our students. So absolutely, thank you for that. Ryan S. I would like educational documentaries, films, possibly partnering with campus film program to create content for the center and its students.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Go ahead, Christina.
Oh, I think I said everything I needed to say. That's a really great idea and very creative. So definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. So one of the things we wanted to create in the center that we recommended to the president was kind of a lending library of sorts. So kind of having films and educational materials that students can check out, bringing in, you know, films onto campus for screening is excellent. idea. And yeah, anytime that we can partner with our campus and with our students and different programs, absolutely. Kind of creating the films and things, and maybe for even our website, we can have like an intro film that our students create. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Something that comes to mind, even with creating films for the center and the students, is the concept of leaving a legacy. So anything that you create, whether you're in partnership, whether it's art or written content, you're leaving a legacy for future students. So we really hope that you utilize this center program, the services, and the space as much as you can. You absolutely make it what you want it.
Yep. So again, hearing from you is the most important thing, so that we know what to create for you in this space. Cool. All right, shall we wrap it up, Miss Christina?
Sure. There's nothing else here. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming to our presentation. Oh, I think I see one more. Well, thank you, Ryan.
Great. Ryan, we'd love to have you.
Yep.
So send us an email, and we'll reach out.
Mm-hmm. And let me see if I can paste it one more time, because I know it fell to the bottom of the chat.
You're putting up
yeah, the email one more
the
time.
things from the bottom.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Great. Yep. So that's the Student Equity Center website. Lower on the chat, we also put in if you'd like to join the mailing list. Either one, it'll find us and we'll connect with you. So wanted to once again, welcome you to Santa Monica College. Mm-hmm. We're so excited that you're here. This is just an incredibly vibrant, wonderful community, and we are just here to help you succeed in whatever it is that your goals are. So please feel free to reach out. There's no wrong door, and we will always find you, do our very best to find you the answers that you're looking for, and are just so excited to see you on campus, supporting you in your goals. So welcome to SMC. We are definitely proud to be SMC around here.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Okie dokie. Broadcast status ended.